What's going on, 2K family? It's me, Jersey Me 93 here, and today I'm bringing you guys a new video. Today's video, we're going to discuss on-ball defense for online play. This is to help you guys get ready for competition, and I wanted to make something that will seamlessly transition when NBA 2K23 drops, and that allows us to be able to just focus on the more technical aspects of on-ball defense. Today, we're going to be covering principles. We're going to be covering the mindset that you need and just how you could use your IQ to play really good defense online. All right, so let's get right into it. So as you saw previously, that was just me fast forwarding and showing you guys this is my first game of the day. I'm not practicing, I'm not warming up, any things that I think that you all should do.
Johnson, a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple. Tatum looking around, and he starts out with the miss in this one.
Okay, let's break this play down. So I have been able to go into my defensive settings and customize my pick and roll defense. So Ace is running, and Ace has the Lakers switching on pick and rolls defensively. And as you see right here, I don't force LeBron to stay attached to Tatum, and I allow the switch to happen, and that forces him into a long 2-point shot. That's playing within your team defensive schemes. And I think that's something that you guys have to continue to be mindful of, is that you have to play within your schemes. Now we get the ball and we're going to pass it to AD, who has a mismatch, and we're going to make him pay. Okay, so the next couple of clips are prime examples of knowing your opponent. You have to adjust to who they are and not who's on the floor. And I know that might sound a little confusing, but I want you guys to think about it like this. This guy has been trying to get to the paint for like 5 straight possessions. I'm not going to make defensive settings that try to take away the three. That's just going to help his game, right? So we'll break down this player as well. So this might seem like, hey, you just let him get to the lane. Actually, I'm shading and funneling him to Anthony Davis. I know that Anthony Davis is an elite shot blocker, and if I stay attached to him, he's most likely not going to get a dunk off. So if you guys can understand that shading in 22 does exist. It might not exist in a way that 23's shading system works. We haven't seen it yet, but that is one way you can shade in NBA 2K22. This is a prime example of, again, playing within your scheme and then baiting. That's, again, another advanced defensive tactic that you guys can use. And, of course, he's playing off-ball defense. And all we have to do is just be patient and move the ball around. And, of course, you'll make him pay. I know that's Westbrook. Trust me. Trust me, I was surprised to green that too. All right. So because Ace is still on, this pick and roll isn't an ice defense, but you see right here, I still shade him and push him towards the baseline regardless, because whenever the ball is on a wing like that, I want to force him to the baseline. When you shade and you send baseline, it's going to take away his left or his right hand. So if you guys don't understand that, he's not going to be able to do all his moves in his arsenals. He's only going to be able to do a couple moves if I play one of his hands the right way. That's a great example of, again, fighting over the screen, having an elite defender on a great offensive player, and then you see an example of when you don't have an elite defender on a great offensive player. So this is the last time I emphasize this. When you have elite defenders on elite scorers, the quality of your double teams increases, steals increases, shot contest increases, shot contesting without fouling increases, as well as your ability to trigger more contact animations in the paint and in the perimeter. So it all starts with great individual defenders so that you could play great team defense. It's just the nature of the beast. That's just basketball. I know a lot of people just like to say, "Oh, it's a setting," or no. It's literally starts with your lineups. So make sure you have your best defenders on the best scorers. It's as simple as that, and that will help you tremendously. So this play and this possession, excuse me, he's going to continue to go back to the pick and roll again. We're going to switch it. I haven't made any adjustments or took Ace off, and I'm going to force some baseline again. This is what I'm talking about. When you shade, it takes away him being able to go left or right. He's only able to go right, and that forces him into a shot that he simply doesn't practice or use with Jaylen Brown.
He makes his first shot of the game. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. Outside White. A steal. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. And he gets the bucket.
So we also have to showcase what bad on-ball defense looks like and how it happens. So a lot of people make the mistake of thinking good defensive positioning starts on the dribble or is just pretending to be in good position on the dribble, but it really is on the catch. So as you see right here, Avery Bradley's too high up. He's at the half court line basically, and that forces me to retreat. Then he has a open three because of that, and then I'm getting crossed over and he gets into the middle of my defense, which opens up a lot. You never want to go up the middle like that. So we'll see what good defense on the catch looks like in contrast with LeBron versus Tatum, a much better defensive player. So again, we locked up Tatum here, but you see I'm taking away the drive. I'm taking away the screen by feathering with the left stick into it, but I'm also forcing him to the baseline if he is going to drive. So as you see right here, because he has 5 seconds left on the shot clock, I'm going to play him closer. You also got to play the possession. You got to play the situation. You can't always just gap. You can't always just shade one way. You also got to know that, hey, he has only a couple seconds to shoot. I could play him a little tighter, and that's going to force me into a really good defensive contact animation, and then we're off to the races, and we get a open two.
Injuries and COVID protocols knock them down a peg. Ownership and management are patiently staying the course. And with their young star talent, this team still has room to improve from within. Guys, back to you.
Well, their upside in a lot of people's view remains. David, thanks. And here is Tatum. After
So there's two big mistakes that I make in this possession. So the first one is obviously jumping the screen too early. He counters it. That's good basketball. I'm not mad at that. But the biggest mistake is the fact that I didn't check to see who should I be doubling off of. So if I'm ever in this position, I should be hitting triangle. That's going to send Stanley Johnson. And instead I went with the closest person because I was panicking, and that led to their best three-point shooter getting an open look. Obviously he missed it, but that's something that you have to also be mindful of is the lineup in terms of who can help.
Tatum. And stolen by James.
If y'all haven't already, check out that layup video where I show you how to seal and keep a defender from blocking your shot from behind.
Clock at 4. And he uses the glass on the lane.
All right, so this clip is a preview of what you can expect when 2K23 drops, and I'm able to give you a full on-ball defense tutorial in terms of which triggers to use and when, and explain why. But if you guys don't know, I'm using the right trigger right now in this pick and roll situation, and you see I'm having great defensive success with it. And again, I'll go over that more in NBA 2K23 when that drops, so you guys can know when am I using different triggers, when am I using turbo, whatever the case is. I'm going to give you guys a full in-depth tutorial. So this is really going to bring it into this video. It's going to be a couple other clip and one other clip after this, and that's really it, man. Be sure to check out my funny team up videos with E Money and check out his channel as well. It's going to be a lot of great work this year, NBA 2K23 for the Sim Nation. So I hope you guys enjoy the content that's coming up. I'm Jersey Meat 93. Peace.